fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So I'm really excited. I've been going through a lot of plans, coming up with World AIDS Day coming up December 1st and a lot of functions coming up for December. First of all, I'm going to be wearing a lot of red. I just want to let you know. And so social media should be prepared for me to be wearing red. But I wanted to talk today a little bit about social media and AIDS awareness. For things such as PrEP programs and, just getting the word out. In fact, for some of our fundraisers for KAA and things that we're doing coming up over the next month or two.
Tiffany, I know for World AIDS Day, I have a lot of social media stuff planned.
Right.
Because that's what I tend to, do if I can't actually get out into the community because this year everything's just all over the place.
Right.
The holidays right around the corner.
Right. Yeah, I think that there are things that, for me, first thing I do in the morning, of course, is get up and check my social media, right? Mm-hmm. We're hitting Instagram, Facebook, everything. Look, I have to be careful about TikTok in the morning because it's a deadly path for me. It's the path to nowhere,
Very addictive.
But I think that, almost it's like instead of watching the news or watching television to get things that we used to get, now we use our social media. I know I especially do. If it's not on social media, it's probably not going to be in the immediate radar. I think it's really important for us thinking about what grabs your attention. When you think about what I'm going to see, where do you spend time on social media? Because, there are certain things that grab it more than others. Or certain things I specifically look for. I know, so-and-so has the best post. There's always a reel, or they always have such beautiful, behind the scenes, they're doing an event, and so now it's behind the scenes, and here's all the cool kids, and you know what I mean? I really enjoy, for me, I'm a behind the scenes girl. I like to see everybody just being people, right? So when you think about all that coming up, what's the first thing you gravitate toward on the social media?
Me, it's creative things. So I try to do creative posts.
Yes.
And things, and then also have a message on the back end of it.
Yes.
Or whatnot. So I'm also educating people.
Yes.
And that's usually what I tend to, so I look at what other big pages that have a lot of followers are doing, and I even share a couple of their things. Yes. And then try to come up with my own creative idea of how I can grab people's attention with especially artwork.
Yes.
Or something along those lines. Yes. Or maybe I might share what they're doing and then put my own spin of message on it, especially about HIV or
I think that you do such a beautiful job of marrying beauty and a message, right? I don't think that I've ever seen any of your things that really doesn't kind of tie those two together. It's like they're little holding hands and skipping stones, right? You always have something eye-catching, something beautiful, and for me, that's what I really look for. I'm a very visual person, even in everything, at work, I deal with a lot of Excel spreadsheets. For me to keep everything kind of where I can keep my eyes on it, I just have to make different colors and different this and different that. So using that, and then how do you think about as far as maybe Instagram or TikTok, what do you think is really the first thing that's going to grab you, or the thing that really catches your attention the most there?
I guess clickbait.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So you got to start off with something just really wow, and then bring people in,
right?
And then share your message, and then kind of just have fun with it. And
right.
I mean, I know HIV, AIDS, that's usually a really tough.
Yes.
Tough. I mean, because there's so much stigma and things behind it, but then you're trying to break down the stigma,
right,
and make it more of conversation starters, so people
right,
can learn from just different messages.
Right. Yeah, for me, I feel like I focus on a lot of positive, right? I like a positive message. I don't want to be Debbie Downer online. So when you're thinking about serious topics, it's how do you, for me, I always try to think of how can I meld these two and promote something that's a really positive. I love a success story. I love a good time story. So for me, first of all, PrEP in and of itself, I feel is a good time story. Mm-hmm. What great news, what great, what a great medicine, if you will, that we have now, this technology that helps us stop the spread of AIDS. You know what I'm saying? And it's so amazing, the times we live in, and for people to actually be, where you can't even detect the HIV in their system anymore. It's just amazing to me. So, when I think about trying to make messages positive, that's really, to me, the place I like to focus. So, for example, with KAA, we have the Rent Assistance Program, which I didn't actually know about until I started coming to more KAA functions. It's kind of Kentucky and AIDS Alliance, we have all these functions, we have chocolate ball, we have this, we have that. And then to find out, here's where it all goes. I love those messages. So as you're thinking about things coming up with the holidays, What's the main thing you really want to focus on? What are you really going to be promoting this year?
There is a lot, like, going on with just like prep marketing,
right,
type of thing. So like I just like recently learned that there's now a shot that you can actually get in place of like prep,
right,
which I believe that's a monthly shot, if I remember correctly.
It's amazing, right?
Yes, which is like amazing, and
right.
So most people don't know about that.
I agree.
So I've been trying to figure out, well, how do we, create some type of content that is marketing like all the different ways of prep, even
right.
where you can like get it, because I know there's some complications like around that of getting prep from like your primary care physician.
Right.
So I know that's like one thing that I've been kind of working on, is how do we like creatively market that and put that information like out there.
Right.
But I know with we have World's AIDS Day, so just really trying to figure out like, okay, what type of content can we create for like World's AIDS Day to send a message out there, because I do a lot of like just bringing awareness to any youth issues, but how do we focus on that type of thing, because I'm like across like 8 different social media like pages, and so it's like, okay, what will fit like all of these pages, and market like about World AIDS Day in just all these different like ways.
Right, and we even have stuff at work, what I'm saying, we have internal systems and so on and so forth. So not only do I have social media in my personal life, I have it in my professional life. So, and again, that comes with all of these rules and so on and so forth. But, I think just thinking about all the things coming up, like I said, the holidays are such a great time to promote things. I'm hoping that I can have a little crossover. What's interesting to me, though, is I will say I'm an extremely outgoing, extroverted person. And what's interesting is a lot of my closest friends are not. They're more introverted. So actually, I think social media is an easier way for them to kind of throw that net, like, hey, world, I'm here, I'm alive. So I think when I'm thinking about social media, it's partly for, hey, here's the people that I'm going to see out when I'm doing things. But the other half is, hey, for friends that I don't see that often. I know you're probably not going to go out. Like once it gets dark, some people are like, that's a wrap, and I understand that. So how do we focus on connecting the introverts, the extroverts? What's the best way, do you think, or maybe things that reach out to you personally that you think we could do for that?
I mean, you always gotta have those people, because like they're the ones that can share and get it to like, I mean, because it organic marketing and just posts and things, it takes a community to happen. So I mean, if you have those people who are not just outgoing and can be out there and be the face, then you want them to just share your like content. So I know like I'm always tagging people and it's like, hey, share this type of thing. I mean, this is knowledge that like people need to like know, and that needs to be like spread. And maybe we're having like a really cool event that is just like, you want to be a part of this,
and I feel like we have flyers for those, but sometimes I think maybe we get inundated with flyers. So to your point, tagging people to make sure everybody sees it, because I mean, look, again, going back to that, who your outgoing friends are that want to be out and be seen and be cute and photogenic and be seen by everyone else. And then you have your friends that will always support you and that will always support a good cause. And I feel like we have, I mean, like I said, rent assistance, to me, what better cause do you have than helping people not be homeless? People that are already having struggles, especially when, look, it's been a rough couple of years and not everybody's making great money these days and everything's so expensive. But still, if you've got a roof over your head, you're doing better than a lot of people. So that program means a lot to me, I will just be honest. So I'm excited to raise funds for KA in December. Like I said, everything that I'm going to be doing, I'm pretty sure I'm wearing red to everything. I want to be, like I said, the CNBC crowd.